Many call him a trickster, many call him a hero, some call him a demon. But for one thing for sure, he is legendary. Good evening, folks. My name is CJ Dragon Emperor, and I'm about to tell you about the legend of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. For this video, I'm going to tell you about Sun Wukong himself. However, there is going to be one slight change. We're looking at his backstory, from how he became born to his straight up imprisonment. So we're not going to be looking at the whole journey of the West, as this will be too time consuming and would really need its own video. With that in mind, let's continue with the video. On top of the flowers and fruit mountain lay a giant egg stone containing the mystical and cosmic energy of heaven and earth. Suddenly, a stone monkey burst out of the stone containing the energy from within. The stone monkey graciously bowed to the cardinal directions and accidentally shot lasers from his eyes, which shook the heavens. Side note, a few of the Emperor's men were sent to check out what it was, and when they found out it was a simple monkey, the Emperor was like, leave that monkey alone. I'm sure it's not going to cause any heavenly damage. You'd be surprised. Anyway, back to the mortal realm, this monkey soon befriended a band of other primates. And after finding a place for them under a waterfall, he declared himself their handsome monkey king. But after a few centuries monkeying around, he had a major midlife crisis. You see, despite the Monkey King being fierce and brave and all, he was afraid of one thing, and one thing only, and that's death. Or the inevitability of dying of old age, at least. So the Monkey King traveled through distant lands in search of the keys to immortality. And let me be the first to tell you, he finds a lot of it. And I do mean a lot. And he went to training with the Taoist master Pu Ti, who not only agreed to teach the Monkey King the secrets of immortality, but also gave him a new name. And that's where he got the name Sun Wukong, which literally means the monkey awakened to the void. While training under the Taoist master, he not only learned martial arts, but a load ton of magic, like somersaulting on clouds, flying on them, making thousands and possibly millions of clones of himself. And remember that first method of immortality? Well, when he learned it, he learned that he can heal from fatal wounds like decapitation and all. So yeah, this monkey was pretty overpowered, but also impulsive and overconfident. So impulsive that he literally transformed into a pine tree just to show off, which caused the Taoist master to kick him out. Consumed with tears, he left back for his home. And good timing too. Why? Because his home was being attacked by a little demon monster. But don't worry, the Monkey King was able to defeat the demon monster and free his subjects. After that happened, he amassed a veritable monkey army. However, while he managed to get some weapons and armor for his monkey army, he could never get some for himself. So he went to the Dragon King's palace and straight up told them, "Bring me a weapon worthy of a king who can match the power of heaven." Yeah, it wouldn't surprise you that this monkey had a bit of an ego. And, surprise, surprise, he found it. And that would be the Ryu Jingu Bang, Sun Wukong's ultimate weapon. This staff was originally a pillar, originally designed to measure the depths of the ocean itself. But now within Wukong's hands, it became a deadly weapon. Not only he uses it to slay other demons, but it has the power to change sizes at his whim, from shrinking to the size of a pen to growing large enough to pierce the very heavens itself. Oh, and he also used it to bully the Dragon Kings into giving him a nice suit of armor. With that out of the way, he decided to return home and rest for a bit. Until something happened to him. Sun Wukong was captured by a bunch of demons from the underworld to be sent to, well, the underworld, apparently. Understandably angry, he fought through every demon within the underworld and went straight to the Castle of Hell itself, where he meets King Yama and his 10 kings of hell. He went up and asked them, "What is the meaning of this? I ain't supposed to be dead, I'm immortal." But then the kings said, "I'm sure this is a big misunderstanding." So he said, "Oh, really? I've got an idea. If you do, I may look past this if you bring me one specific thing." And what was that specific thing, you may ask? That would be the Book of Mortals, which was basically a ledger of death. He read through the book until he found his name on it. So what does he do? He crossed his name out of that book, along with the names of his monkey brethren, and made him immortal once again. With that out of the way, the Monkey King returned to his subjects at home. However, in heaven, things weren't looking so good. The Jade Emperor, the head honcho of heaven, was informed by the Dragon Kings and the 10 Kings of Hell about Sun Wukong's shenanigans and considered imprisoning him. However, the Evening Star suggested instead of doing that, why not invite the monkey and make him a part of heaven in order to control him? Convinced by this gesture, the Jade Emperor invites Sun Wukong to the palace and gives him a rank among the heavens. He was made keeper of the heavenly horses. However, when he found out that the position he was given was possibly the lowest of the low in heaven, he went full on bananas and fled back to his home. From there, he rebelled against heaven and declared himself the great sage equal to heaven. In response, the Jade Emperor did send a few warriors to deal with him, but they all came back defeated. However, the Evening Star, once again, suggested that he give him the empty idol and allowed him to be a part of heaven, albeit living in a luxurious lifestyle, so they could keep an eye on him. Still worried that the monkey will cause trouble, he gave Sun Wukong a special task for him. He made him the watchdog of the Garden of Immortal Peaches, which Wukong botched up because he literally ate most of the peaches in the garden. Okay, in hindsight, that was kind of the Jade Emperor's fault, because this monkey was impulsive, and peaches and fruit are kind of his favorite meal. Anyway, the monkey was startled by a few fairy maidens who were trying to find peaches for a party, which Sun Wukong was informed. But this wasn't just any party. It was a party hosted by the Queen Mother of the West herself, who was inviting all the immortals to come. However, the fairies informed him that he was not invited. Furious, he paralyzes the fairies in place and sneaked into the party disguised as another immortal who was invited. When he arrived, he put all the servants in charge of preparing the banquet asleep, ate all the food, and drank all the drinks, especially the heavenly wine, which, surprise, surprise, gives you immortality. With him immortal again, and now thoroughly drunk, Sun Wukong walked around the Jade Palace in a fit, until he stumbled upon an alchemy lab. But not just any alchemy lab. This lab was owned by Lao Zi, one of the well-known immortals of the Jade Palace. Anyway, from within Lao Zi's alchemy lab, Sun Wukong found 5 gourds of immortality pills. Now you're probably thinking, let me guess, he swallows all the pills. And the answer is yes, he swallowed every last pill within each gourd. After swallowing every last pill, he began to sober up and began to realize that he made a really big mistake. So naturally, he fled back to his home and prepared for war. And oh boy, the Jade Emperor sent some of his best warriors to subdue the monkey. However, the Monkey King proved too strong for heaven. He battled every last one of their best fighters, like Nezha, the third Lotus Prince, Duling Shen, the mountainous river god, and the four heavenly kings. Well, it seems like the Sun Wukong is uncatchable at this point, right? However, an unexpected guest arrived to help the Jade Emperor and the Court of Heaven. And her name is Guan Yin. Fully briefed on the situation, Guan Yin suggested the Jade Emperor should call one person that could stand a chance against the Monkey King. And his name was Erlong Shen, the Jade Emperor's nephew and Heaven's greatest holy warrior. So the Jade Emperor summoned his nephew and sent him to fight Sun Wukong. Let me tell you, that battle was not easy. These two were evenly matched, both in skill and strength, and in magical power. Heck, they fought each other in an epic battle of transformation, which goes on and on. Matter of fact, this whole entire battle could have gone on and on. Until Laozi threw a diamond jade ring to capture the monkey, which successfully worked. So Erlong Shen brought him to the heavenly court to be executed. However, Heaven had one bit of a problem. He can't die, cause he can't die, cause he can't die. They tried chopping him with a sword, and it did nothing. They tried putting him on fire, and once again, it did nothing. They tried shocking him with lightning, and you guessed it, it did none. Heck, they even put him in a de-immortalizing furnace to try and kill him. And the monkey burst out of it, unarmed and stronger than ever. With no other option, the Jade Emperor had no choice but to call on one person who could defeat the Monkey King for good. And that would be the Buddha. He approached the monkey with a contest. All he had to do was leap out of his hand, and he could have the Jade Emperor throne for himself. And if he failed, he would be sent back to the mortal realm. Being the impulsive monkey he is, Sun Wukong agreed, and in an instant somersaulted to the very edge of heaven itself, where he found 5 pillars supporting the celestial sky. So to prove that he left from his hand, Sun Wukong wrote his mark on one of the pillars, and then returned back to the Buddha, awaiting his award. However, little did he know that Sun Wukong had already lost. Why? Because thanks to Buddha achieving nirvana, or enlightenment, he transcended the world, literally holding all of the universe within the palm of his hand. So yeah, this means Wukong technically never left his hand at all, as proven when he saw his mark on Buddha's middle finger. After losing to Buddha, Wukong was sent to the mortal realm, sealed under a mountain for 500 years. Until he was freed and tasked with escorting and protecting a monk on a journey to the west, but that's another story for another video. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. If there's anything you want me to talk about, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Farewell, my friends.